Hi yogis, welcome to your yoga practice today. I'm Anne. Thanks for joining me. Today we're really going to work on the health of our spine. So when you're ready, come into a comfortable seated space. If you have 2 yoga blocks, we might use those today. Sit up nice and tall, close your eyes, and let's drop in. Take a moment just to let your breath go, let your day go. Allow your to-do list to sit off to the side. And feel the earth below you. Let yourself get grounded. And take a nice, slow, deep breath in through your nose. Sigh it out. Full inhale. One more time. Welcome in your yogic breathing in and out through your nose. Create a little ha sound coming from the back of your throat. Ujjayi breathing. Set an intention for your practice. Let's start our first moving meditation. Let your hands grab a hold of your thighs or your knees. Draw your heart across your right thigh. Chest sweeps forward for Sufi rolls. Exhale, circle around the back. I encourage you to just keep your eyes closed or softly gaze to the ground. And feel yourself opening up space in your hips, your lower back. Feel the movement of your spine, getting into the shoulders and the rib cage. Breathing in to anything that feels tighter. Really move here like nobody's watching. There's no hesitation or holding back to our movement. And I want you to keep that in mind through your whole practice today as you really give some love to your spine. Coming around the front, switch directions. Feel free to switch the crossing of the legs. Feeling balanced in the body. One of my favorite teachers I have always says, you're only as old as your spine is young, which I totally believe to be a true statement, that if you keep your spine healthy, your body will be able to move and do things, and you won't feel stiff, you won't feel stuck. Sometimes the spine can get really stuck. Start to make your way up to a taller, stiller spine. These last circles just really get into the upper back. And then eventually you find stillness here. Let's take our right hand to the right. Left arm is going to go up and over. Palm is turning down. Bend the bottom arm. Let your shoulder drop so your ear and your shoulder have a lot of space. You can let your head hang. Keep your opposite left sit bone on the earth here and open up the side body. In order to keep our spine feeling really healthy, we want to move it in all 6 directions. So forward and back, side to side, and twisting. Let's switch and go in the opposite direction. So it's really good if you can go in all of those directions every single day. Okay, I can't even imagine not, but I know some of us don't. We're not actively thinking, okay, I need to do a back bend. I need to do a side stretch. Side stretch is a big one. I need to do a twist. Come Come on up. We're going to do a gentle twist right off the bat. So left hand to right knee, right hand behind, sit up tall. Just feel your back rinsing out. Beautiful. And then go in the opposite direction. Doesn't have to be your deepest twist. We're just waking things up. You guys will have to let me know what you think. I switched my plants out. That giant one that was behind me was kind of taking up a lot of my space to do my practice. So I moved it into the living room. My husband's not happy. And I moved this one in here. Take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, and open your chest. He doesn't come in this room very often. Let's just circle our head around. So he was actually really surprised to see how big of a plant I was pulling out of here. Pretty funny. So let me know your thoughts. I feel like I have more space to move. I like the way it looks better. What do you guys think? All right. Let's release our hands. Come forward onto hands and your knees. And we're going to start with a simple cat-cow. And this is where I really want you to let go of what you might look like here. So no holding back in your movement. Inhale, melting your heart, gazing forward. And exhale, rounding your spine. Push into your hands, let your head drop. And again, just like that. Inhale, melting your heart. If you're coming from a really stiff place today, just ease into the movement. Couple more times, back and forth. Let's do one more. We're taking this into hip circles next. So you'll inhale, draw your hips around to the right, sweep them back around to the left, and then come forward. And you can go deep into this, or you can be more upright. It's up to you. So let your outer hips open up. Just get some movement in all of our joints. Let's switch and go in the opposite direction. Okay, once you've done that, come into a neutral space, and we're going to do this kind of, think about cement truck with your spine. So your ribs are going to come over the right, then they're going to go up around the back, and then over to the left, and then belly is going to drop. So do that about 3 times in this first direction. Oh, it feels so good to get below and between my shoulder blades and then go in the opposite direction. You might have weird little pops that happen. I always think like my back, that's my back thanking me for like actually really moving and not being super duper still. Come to neutral. Let's take it back towards child's pose. Forehead connecting to the earth. And just take about 10 breaths here, breathing into your back body, really letting your lower back open up. Can you use your breath to open up the backside of your rib cage? Also just using this opportunity to feel grounded and safe in our bodies. I always use this pose to kind of release anything that's been swirling around my mind. Really filling up the back body with every inhale. Make sure you're exhaling completely. 3 more breaths here. We're going to get another side stretch in. So we'll lift our head up, walk your hands to the right hand on the bottom, the left hand on the top. Lengthen through the arms. Forehead kind of rests between your arms, and then let your hips pull back towards the left. That little turn in your spine, breathing some space into your body. So I really count myself as one of the lucky ones. I have a very slight scoliosis in my spine. And I think it's even more important for me to do my yoga practice to stay balanced. It helps me keep things from getting worse. Let's go the other direction. So as you're here, the opposite right hand is on top. Then really lengthen out through your arms. Let your head rest between the arms and then let the hips pull back towards the right. Just getting into the side body, waking up some space in our entire body. Oh, beautiful. Walk your hands back to center. Move forward. We're going to come down onto our belly. Take your hands back so the fingertips line up with the center of your chest. Elbows are back and together. Inhale, lift your heart. Press your feet down, baby cobra. And exhale, lower down. Come up onto your fingertips. Move your fingertips off of your yoga mat. Elbows wide. Again, inhale, lift the heart. Feet press down and exhale, gently lower. Let's do that one more time. Inhale again, lift the heart. Pull the heart forward. And exhale, lower. Bring your hands in next to your chest, tuck your toes. Come up and back into downward facing dog. Allow yourself time to just open up here, pedal the legs, shake your head yes and no, whatever you need. Take yourself, feet go a little bit wider. As the feet go wide, creating a little bit more opening across your lower back and across the backs of your hips. Walk your hands back about 6 inches so you're slightly shorter in your down dog. And the heels for some of us will actually touch the ground here. Doesn't matter if they do or they don't. Let's press into the left hand and rise up onto your right fingertips. So just make sure you can balance in that left shoulder. It feels safe and healthy. And then take your right hand and reach under the body. Grab in front of the shin. Your fingers will link around the back of the outer calf. And pull a little bit here, rinsing out your spine, finding another twist. Feeling that stretch in the back rib cage perhaps. Maybe your hamstrings are calling out to you like mine are. And then release, right hand back to the mat. Press into the right hand. I always feel like I can really feel the strength of the pose then. And then come up onto left fingertips. And make sure you can balance. Again, if you have unhealthy shoulders, that might be enough right there. And that's okay if that is today. Reach underneath your body with your left hand if you're ready for it. Grab a hold of your left calf. Pull a little bit with that bicep, and maybe you're gazing underneath your right arm. Maybe your head is neutral. Doesn't matter. And you're breathing here, rinsing out the back. Good, beautiful. Both hands to the mat. Step your feet a little bit closer, and then you're going to undulate through your spine. So you're rounding your back. Round, 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 round. Come forward, drop your knees down, and then come all the way through to cow pose. Good. Exhale, lift your knees and hips up and back. Press back through down dog. Good. Again, round your spine. Round, 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 round. Drop your knees down. Melt your heart. Belly down. Collarbones widen, cow pose. And exhale, lift up and back into down dog. Twice more like that. Again, round as much as you can. Get the movement happening. Knees down, belly melts, heart pulls through. And exhale back into down dog. One last time. Rounding spine. Feel the movement. Melting heart, cow, and exhale into down dog. Beautiful work. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Let's do a few salutations. My body's calling for some movement here. Rise up onto your toes, bend your knees, step or hop to the front of your space. Inhale, lift up halfway, hands to shins or fingertips to the earth. Exhale, fold and surrender. Root down through your feet. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. All right, let's move. Let's breathe. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, bow through. Half lift. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, step to plank pose. Knees can be down if you need, chaturanga. So cobra if you need it, otherwise flip to the tops of your feet and find your first up dog. And we're just going to pause here for a beat. Good. If you're in up dog, you're pressing through the legs. Your thighs and knees are lifted. Your heart is pulling through. Your neck is neutral. I don't want to see you look up to the sky here, okay? Keep your neck neutral and safe. Exhale, down dog. Press up and back. Let's take a couple breaths. Feel the sacred pause of your practice. We are not in a rush. Remind myself that all day long. I'm not rushing. I have time. Good. Let's move together. Rise up to your toes. Bend your knees. Step or hop. Inhale, lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Fold Uttanasana, exhale. Inhale, stand tall, reach for the stars. Exhale, hands come to heart. Center yourself. Inhale again, reach for the sky. Exhale, fold through. Inhale, lengthen, half lift. Exhale, fold, step, or you can lightly hop back if you wish. Chaturanga, elbows stay in. Don't let your shoulders go below your elbows. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Slower is better. Exhale, down dog. Just a breath here. A deep breath in. Let it go. Rise to toes, bend your knees. Step or float forward. Inhale, half lift. And fold. Exhale. Root down and rise. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Inhale, reach for the sky. Creating the moving meditation. Fold. Exhale. Body starting to feel good here. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, palms flat, chaturanga. Exhale. Cobra or up dog. Inhale. Downward. Exhale. Deep breath in. Spread your fingers, spread your toes. Full breath out. Inhale, rise high on your toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Step or hop. Lengthen, inhale. Surrender, fold, exhale. Inhale, stretch to the sky. Hands to heart, exhale. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, fold through. Inhale, lengthen, half lift. Step or float back. Exhale, chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Down dog, exhale. We're going to do those same undulations. The first time we rounded forward, lowered our knees, and melted our heart as the inhale came, and pressed back to down dog as we exhaled. You can stay with that, otherwise you're rounding your spine. Keep your toes the way they are, drop your hips, pull your heart through. It's more of an up dog version. Exhale, press back. 5 times your way. Inhale. Press back. Exhale. Loosen up here. Let your spine feel the fluidness. This is where when you come forward, You want to lift your chin a little extra, you can, only if it feels good. Pay attention to not feeling any pain in the neck. Let's do one more. And then we're going to slowly lower down to our forearms and find a dolphin stretch here. Heart is melting back. The head is hanging down. You're looking towards your feet. Your elbows are shoulder distance. Your hands are straight forward or palms together if you need. Press down through the forearms. Getting immense opening in our shoulders, maybe the upper back, maybe the feet can walk forward a little closer. Last 3 breaths. Ooh, I haven't done this pose in a while. I can tell my shoulders like, excuse me? Let's take a child's pose. Bring your knees alongside the hips. Knees are close together for this one. Forehead down. Head to your shoulders. Hang, release your upper back. It's in the counter stretch a lot of times that we feel the shift. Good. Come up onto your shins. I'm going to do this next one with my blocks. You can also do it without. So you'll bring your blocks on your mat the long toaster way. You're going to take your elbows to the front of the blocks, okay? The blocks are shoulder distance apart. That's where we're measuring. Again, this can be on the mat. I like this because I can kind of let myself hang. Okay, let's see. A little further apart. So elbows are towards the front of the blocks, so you'll have the support as you come back. The palms are together. Maybe the forehead touches the ground, maybe it doesn't. Breathe into your upper back. Lots of times if we're quote unquote back bending, our lower back is getting a lot of that movement. How do you access that upper back? And then really to let the head hang down or come down, forehead come down, releasing tension in the neck. And of course, a lot of shoulder yumminess happening right now. 5 more deep breaths. Good. To come out of this, push down through the elbows to lift up. We'll do the same counter stretch we just did. Arms alongside your shins, knees together, forehead down, shoulder heads hang. Can you feel that new, fresh blood flow going through your shoulder joints, moving through your neck and upper back? That, my friends, is the healing process in our body. Take another full deep breath in. Full breath out. Reach your arms out in front of you. Take those blocks, just move them out of your way and come back into down dog. Good. Inhale, rise up into toes, bend your knees, step or float to the front. Lengthen up halfway, inhale and fold. Reach your arms to the sky, pause there. Feet together or hips width. I'm going to move mine hips width. Grab a hold of your left hand with your right wrist, okay? So I can't tell if my hands are in or out, but you're holding on and your palm is facing in. You're reaching up, 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 up. And then you're going to lengthen yourself to the right. Let your head just rest in your upper right arm. Press down through your left foot and really reach to your left fingers. And you're kind of pulling at the same time with your right hand. And you're feeling your side body stretch. Try to keep your hips and shoulders as squared forward as you can feel. One more breath. If you can't breathe, you've gone too deep. Then inhale up through center. Switch the hand, so left hand grabs right wrist. Woof. Almost just fell over. Reach up, 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 up. And then lengthen up and over towards the left. Root your feet down and lengthen into your right side body, creating so much beautiful space in your spine. And remember, when we stretch, anything that is not supposed to be, that's been like locked in a little spot, can free up and flow out. Inhale up through center. Let's take our hands behind our back. Open our chest. Open up your heart. Beautiful. And then hinge at your waist. Hold forward. Let your head drop. Reach your knuckles to the sky. One more just little stretch for your chest and your upper back. Beautiful. Release your hands down. Wiggle your feet out, hips width a little wider perhaps, toes out, heels in. Squat malasana. Some of you might use your block underneath your sit bones if you need some support. Hands come to heart, elbows press to inner knees. Breathe. Good. You can stay in this upright position or join me. Your forearms might come to the earth. You also might use your blocks here, okay? Lowest level for me, maybe toaster level. Your hands or forearms come to the blocks, let your head hang. Just allow yourself to feel that round in your spine. So although we were, doing a little bit of back bending, especially with the up dogs, now we're feeling that intense rounding. Creating space there. Can you almost feel your hips pull back as you keep your forearms grounded, whether they're on the ground or not, or your blocks. Feel just that gentle opening happening. Take 2 more full deep breaths here. I know Malasana isn't the easiest of poses for all of us with our ankles or knees. Do what you can. Beautiful. We're going to take ourselves back into a forward fold, hips lift, toes turn forward. Take your feet about hips width. Just let it go back into that fold. Grab across for opposite elbows. Let your spine hang and get long here. 5 deep breaths. Wow, I can really feel my spine letting go today, loosening and stretching out. I hope you can too. It really, really intensifies when you have stretched and turned in all different directions. Good. Release your hands to the ground. Lift your heart and step your way back so you can come down onto all fours. Ground down through your left knee and left shin. Left hand anchors down. The right hand is going to, or right leg, is going to stretch back. Turn to the instep of the right foot. And then take your right arm and reach it up and over your ear. Okay, feel this beautiful arc in your side body. So you're pressing down through the outer edge of your right foot and you're reaching through your right fingertips. Good. And then lift your arm up and lengthen your spine out a little bit more here. I like to look to my mat for support. Pick your back right foot up. Good. Take a deep breath in. Bend into your right leg. Reach back with the right hand. Catch the outer edge of your foot, your ankle, and then lengthen your knee back as you pull your heart forward. Continue to breathe. Feel that really beautiful back bend happening. You want to open up equally in the whole spine. So notice if you're just in your lower back or just in your upper back, try to be balanced. Deep breath in. We're going to release hand and foot. Knee will come down. Thread right arm underneath left till the back of your arm, shoulders down, head relaxes to the earth. Press into your left fingers. Take that little twist here. The option is yours if you want to. Wrap your left hand around the lower back towards the right hip crease. Deepen your breath. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but the wind outside of my window is wild right now. So if you are hearing something, that's what that is. If you can't hear it, I would be surprised. Good. Release your left hand to the earth. Reach your right hand all the way up to the sky. Just counter that twist for a brief moment. Good. Bring your hand to the mat. We're going to switch sides, so you're going to lengthen your left toes back and turn to the instep of your left foot. And then really anchor the foot down. You can kick your right foot back a little if you need to. And then reach left arm up and over your ear and turn on your side here. Press into your right hand and reach to your left fingertips. Anchor your foot down. Lift the inner arch of that left foot. Maybe the head hangs. Really feel such an immense opening. Breathe into it. If you're really not feeling balanced, look at something not moving with your eyes. That will help you out here. So you feel the arc in your body. It's like a big rainbow. And we're going to slowly lift our left rib cage up so we're more flattened out, and pick the left foot up. Bend your knee nice and slow. Grab the outer edge of your foot or ankle. Keep your foot, knee, and hip in one line. Lengthen the knee back as you pull your heart forward, creating that beautiful crescent moon shape in your body, that arc, that back bend. Where's your breath? Take another 2 breaths here, just feeling the strength, feeling the balance, the work, the effort. Good. Release without slingshotting your foot. Reach your hand to the sky. The knee will come down. We're going to thread the left arm underneath the right till the head is down, shoulders down. Your palm is facing up. Take your right fingers, press into them. And if you're up for it, your right hands can wrap around your lower back. Reach for your left hip crease. Feel the rinse of your spine. This beautiful twisting pose. I love, love, love this one. As you're here, deepen your breath. Send it through all the little twists and turns you can feel. Okay, we're going to unwind our right hand, bring the palm back down onto the earth, press down through your right hand, weave your left hand to the sky, just counter twist for a moment. Beautiful. Hand down, swing the feet around and in front of you. Let's take a seated forward fold here. So reaching the feet forward for fun. If you want to, you can take one of your yoga blocks at the sole of your feet. For those of you that might feel like you're a little bit longer today, okay? Reach your hands up, lengthen your spine, keep your back flat, reach it forward as far as you can, let your hands come down. They can grab the block. If you're like, no way, they're grabbing the earth, your shins, your feet, whatever. Lift up and just kind of wiggle side to side once or twice, releasing the heads of your hamstrings and flatten your back out, and then slowly keep it as flat as you can as you come forward. Folding into that little sandwich shape. Try to neutralize your neck. The block will help your feet stay nice and upright in that flexed position. If you want to get real intricate here, and you can't reach the outside of the block, but you want to use it, you can use a strap around the back of the block and hold it with your hands. That's a good way to work into this pose eventually. See if you can go a little deeper. Soften a little bit more. You guys, I haven't been able to fold this deeply in a while. So I know that a lot of it has to do with the way that my back feels open. My hamstrings still feel pretty tight. I could have used maybe 1 or 2 more forward folds today. So we're going to note that for next time. Then slowly peel yourself up. Make sure one of your blocks is handy here. Scoot forward. Anchor your feet to the ground. Let's actually take our block. So block is in our hands. If you don't have one, you don't need one. It's okay. So make sure you have room on your back or your mat. You're going to come onto your back. So reach forward, take a deep breath, and then articulate your spine. So tuck your tail. And I want you to feel each vertebrae individually coming down. So this is a slow, precise lower. Do not rush through it. Now, once your mid-back is on the ground, push into your feet and lengthen your shoulders away from your hips. I always get like a little release in my upper back. Good. Let's take our arms, just stretch them up and over the head, stretch out through your feet. And we're going to set up for bridge pose. So block is handy. We might use it here in a moment. We start with feet at hips width. Bring your arms back down alongside your hips. You might even be able to brush your fingertips along the outer edges of your heels. Feet straight forward, knees hips width. Press down into your arms and lift up through your chest a little bit here so you can feel that upper back already starting to lift. Root down through the feet and the arms and lift the hips up. This first one, just keep yourself nice and balanced here. Walk your shoulders in a little bit, press down through the hands, or if you like, you can interlace fingers. If you do, the wrists need to come back down to the ground. Okay, try to feel the back bend nice and balanced from the backs of the knees all the way to the shoulder blades. Let's take 5 full deep breaths here. Good. Inhale fully, release your hands to the sides, widen the shoulders, and then slowly upper back comes down first, tuck your tail a little, mid back, tuck your tail, and then lower back imprints into the ground. Just pause, letting your knees fall together. We have 2 more bridge poses, or you can add wheel in if wheel is part of your practice, okay? For me, I don't like to do wheel. It hurts my shoulder, so I kind of avoid it right now. Let's start with our feet hips width. You'll start the same way. I'm going to talk you into bridge, and for those of you wanting to come to wheel, I'll continue to talk you into it, okay? So press down through the backs of your arms and your feet. Elevate your hips up. So even if you're doing wheel, you come here first before you move your hands, okay? If you're going into bridge, you can interlace your fingers or just stay here. If you're coming into wheel, you'll now take your hands back by your shoulders, your ears, and then you'll come to the crown of your head first. Pause there and make sure your arms don't get weak and point out to the sides, okay? So the top of your head is the crown of your head, and from there you would press all the way up if it feels safe. If it doesn't, you can pause on the crown of your head for today and breathe. Doesn't matter if you're in bridge or wheel, we want to avoid our knees getting too wide, our feet turning out. Same with our arms. If you're upside down, your elbows are not pointing to the sides, but keeping nice and balanced with the shoulders. Take a deep breath in wherever you are. Widen your shoulders, come down slow. Same with wheel. Get to the space and slowly articulate your spine down. Pause at the bottom, tent the knees together, take a few breaths. This third and final round, you can choose an active bridge, a wheel, or a supported bridge, which is the one I'm going to talk you through, okay? So let's start feet hips width. If you are doing supported bridge, have your block handy. Press to your feet, lift your hips up. Take your block. Most of us, toaster level will be good. If you're lifted high enough and you're not going to feel that block below you, I want you to go up to the highest level here. Okay, wherever you are, just pause there. Feeling the support of the block, feeling that beautiful supported back bend. Beautiful. Let's come on down slowly. Lift up off your block. Slide your way down one vertebra at a time. This time, swish your knees side to side, allowing yourself to release the lower back. And then we'll bring our knees in. Sorry, you guys, I don't know if the sound got weird, but my little headphone was all over the place. Shifting your knees side to side, rocking and rolling, just massaging the lower back. Good, let's take a happy baby. Reach hands to outer edges of feet. Widen across the lower back here. And then bring your feet together and just open your knees up, helping to create space around the sacrum, get the hips open. If it feels good to you, you can start to reach your feet over your chest, keeping the feet together, creating a little bit more space in the lower part of your spine. Try working the tailbone down to the ground, least energetically as best you can. Beautiful. And then you can kind of decide, what do I want to do for this last pose? Some of you might feel like you want to do another supported bridge, or you can do supported shoulder stand. So let me talk you through that. And the third option will be a full shoulder stand with a plow, okay? So supported bridge or shoulder stand, the block is below your sacrum. And if you're in that supported shoulder stand, your feet are to the sky. Okay, this is a beautiful pose, beautiful stretch. I love it. That would be my choice today, most days. Other option, shoulder stand, okay? So not looking to the side once you start the pose. Feet kick over the back of the head. Bring your hands to your lower back and walk the elbows in closer. When your elbows are walked in, you're feeling that support. Your feet will reach up towards the ceiling. I just kissed my plant with my toes. So ideally over time, your shoulders, hips are right stacked with each other with your feet to the sky. Okay, the other option is bending the knees a little, having your hands lower on your back. This is called reversing pose. Wherever you are right now, breathing into that stretch. If you're on a block, you can join us for this next part, or you can just stay on your block. So you would remove your block first and then kick your feet over the back of your head. If you're in a shoulder stand or reversing pose, drop your feet over the back of your head for plow. Come off the back of your neck so you're not super high up there. Hands can stay at your back or they can reach for your feet, which I love. Take a couple breaths with that rounding of the spine. And we'll finish here with a fish pose. So bring your hands to the earth. Palms are flat on the mat. Thumbs come right together. You'll land right on top of your hands and slowly lower your legs to the earth. Let that kind of lift your heart. Pull your forearms underneath you. And feel yourself opening up your throat one more time, opening up your upper back. Feel free to move your jaw around, stretching out the front of your neck, your throat. When you're ready, tuck your chin to your chest, release your arms, and draw your knees in for one final little hug. Take a deep breath in. And with the exhale, let's stretch out onto our back. Today I'm going to take my 2 yoga blocks and place them under the back of my thighs for just a little extra support of my lower back, especially since we were moving our spine in all sorts of directions. This is a really great way to just feel supported for this final stretch. Do not skimp on your shavasana. Come right into it. Dedicate to these last couple minutes. This is where the magic happens, friends, so don't let it go. Take a deep breath in and drop into your still space. Allow yourself to receive to rest and recover. Shavasana. Start to deepen your breath. Bring your awareness back into the fingertips and the toes. Find gentle movement. Lick your lips. And then stretch into your limbs. Slowly, one at a time, bend your knees. And roll over onto one side. This pose of new beginnings, take a moment to state an intention, or really just think about only taking with you what served your practice. Leave the rest behind. Come up mindfully into a seated space, kissing your hands at your heart center. And just bow in for a moment in gratitude of this practice, of your body, your ability to move, your health, and all the many blessings that you have in your life. And in your mind's eye, say to yourself, I am grateful. And I am so grateful to have you in this practice and on this yoga journey with me. Thank you for being here. Namaste, friends. I'll see you real soon. Thanks for joining.